So I'm PC Lauren Davis, and I am a neighbourhood police officer that covers what we know as Echo 5. Echo 5 is a very small area, densely populated, but with a massive multicultural background. So in my area, I have been the designated officer for Bentinck Terrace, formerly known as Elliot House. Because there were so many issues with Elliot House, cops were here all the time. It was never for a good purpose. So police were constantly having to come down because the people that were in here were so volatile and they didn't feel comfortable.
Well, I think it's fair to say there was quite a lot of people that had reached the end of the patience with Elliot House. I think Changing Lives were struggling with it. The police were struggling with the amount of incidents. And the local community were getting fed up with the amount of ambulances and police and crime related to Elliot House.
The change has been phenomenal. Issues are really, really reduced. One of the biggest things is the residents that are in here, that they're really looking at what their needs are and if they're suitable for the project, because it is supposed to be a sort of last step before they can exit into independent living again.
When you talk about homelessness, mental health, drugs, alcohol, people get certain opinions straight away. So we've got to reach out and break down those barriers. So what we're doing is we're reaching out to the local community to say, look, we're not becoming part of your community, we are actually part of your community already. So I've broke that down into key players, as I call it, in the local community. So for us, that's the local residents association, the local police, and because we're in a multicultural area, we're spending a lot of time with the Muslim community and quite a few visits to the mosque. So tonight, I'm bringing it all together and having a bit of a team day. So we've got the staff team going to the local mosque, we've got the local police coming with us, and some members of the Residents Association, and really just spend time together, like I mentioned before, and that's the best way to break down barriers, to realise that we're just part of the cogs that make this a brilliant local community, which it is.
We're here at Newcastle Central Mosque. So in this mosque in particular, we have over 30 nationalities that attend. It's something that we're really proud of. It's a really diverse community. So one of our main aims is to obviously build bridges and I guess to kind of gain that mutual respect and understanding and even tolerance, if you want to say, for each other or for the people in the community as well. We do that by having educational dinners. We have open days where we invite whoever wants to come and have a look around and see what goes on inside of a mosque. It's an educational visit. We'll start off with a nice quiz to kind of ease in a bit of an icebreaker and see how much our guests know. And then we'll go through the answers and give them a chance to observe the prayer, the call to prayer. I mean, Muslims are a quarter of the world's population, so somewhere or another they'll come in contact with a Muslim or they'll see a Muslim. Maybe praying or something like that. So it's just kind of seeing the actions of the prayer as well. We also have something I like to call as table talk, when we're sitting around waiting for dinner, where we can, really have that conversation and get some conversation going and kind of gain an understanding for each other.
One of the best things for me was getting to speak to people, and that was that there's no such thing as a stupid question, because I didn't have much knowledge on the Islamic faith or anything like that, but getting to speak to people that are obviously embedded in it and just getting to ask those what you think is a silly question, and actually the information that I gained and the knowledge that I gained from it has been really great for me in my role, and just to see what it's all about and what those rituals are, because I think if you went, you would be surprised to see the amazing things that they do.
So the main thing is when you talk about homelessness, people get certain opinions straight away. So we've got to reach out and break down those barriers and really just spend time together, like I mentioned before, and that's the best way to break down barriers, to realise that we're not a scary bunch. All cross sections of society will be affected by mental health, drugs and alcohol, all varying factors, and it's about working as a community to support each other and tackle them, not as individuals.
I think in terms of understanding homelessness, I think primarily there has to be that initial care. I think it would be naive to think that there isn't or there aren't experiences of homelessness amongst the Muslim communities. I think just with the concept of charity that we have, because we kind of treat people of our faith as brothers and sisters, that there's that sense of charity is a lot stronger, I think. now people who experience homelessness, it seems to be on the rise as well, with energy prices going up, fuel prices going up, the poverty lines kind of getting higher and higher.
Any disadvantage can happen to any of us at any time, is what the message should be, and it should be about how do we positively support each other in changing lives, have all of the services available, and it's about making sure that people are aware of them and that they know how to access them, and that they're aware that, look, this really could happen to me, so let's not judge, let's work together and make sure people are aware of all the avenues of support.